How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the LAIR. And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit out of my comfort zone. We're going to be playing the Brawl event. So this is the deck I've come up with. I call this Immolate Your Life. It's a mono red. Our Our commander is going to be Chandra, Awakened Inferno. She comes in at 6 loyalty. This spell can't be countered. Her +2 says each opponent gets an emblem with at the beginning of your upkeep. This emblem deals 1 damage to you. Her -3 says Chandra, Awakened Inferno deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. And then her -X says Chandra, Awakened Inferno deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. Onto the 1-drops, I'm playing 1 copy of Goblin Banneret. He's a 1/1 with Mentor. And we can activate his ability, and Goblin Banneret gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. 1 copy of Infuriate. It's an instant. Target creature gets +3/+2 until the end of turn. 1 copy of Shock. Shock deals 2 damage to any target at instant speed. Onto our 2-drops. 1 copy of Electrostatic Field. Defender 0/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Electrostatic Field deals 1 damage to each opponent. 1 Fire Urchin. He's a 1/3 with Trample. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Fire Urchin gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. 1 Immolation Shaman. He's a 1/3. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land that isn't a mana ability, Immolation Shaman deals 1 damage to that player. And then we can activate his ability, and Immolation Shaman gets +3/+3 and gains Menace until the end of the turn. 1 copy of Runaway Steamkin. He's a 1/1. Whenever you cast a red spell, if Runaway Steamkin has fewer than 3 1/1 counters on it, put a 1/1 counter on Runaway Steamkin, and then we can remove 3 counters, and he adds 3 red mana. I have 1 copy of Chandra's Triumph. At instant speed, Chandra's Triumph deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and Chandra's Triumph deals 5 damage instead if you control a Chandra's planeswalker. 1 Fire Prophecy. At instant speed, Fire Prophecy deals 3 damage to target creature. You may put a card from your hand onto the bottom of your library. If you do, you draw a card. 1 copy of Lava Coil Sorcery. Lava Coil deals 4 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. 1 Omen of the Forge enchantment, but it has flash, so we can cast it at instant speed. When Omen of the Forge enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target, and then we can activate it, sacrifice Omen of the Forge, and scry 2. And 1 copy of Scorching Dragonfire. At instant speed, Scorching Dragonfire deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. On to the 3-drops. 1 Bonecrusher Giant. It's a 2-sided card. His instant half says damage can't be prevented this turn, and then Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. And then his creature side of the card, he's a 4/3. Whenever Bonecrusher Giant becomes the target of a spell, Bonecrusher Giant deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. 1 Krenko Tin Street Kingpin. He's a 1/2. Whenever Krenko Tin Street Kingpin attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it, then create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to Krenko's power. 1 Legion Warboss. He's a 2/2 with Mentor. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That token gains haste until the end of turn and attacks this combat if able. 1 Anax Hardened in the Forge. He's a 0/3. His power is equal to your devotion to red, and whenever Anax or another creature you control dies, create a 1/1 red Sator creature token with this creature can't block. If the creature had power 4 or greater, create 2 of those tokens instead. 1 Phoenix of the Ash. He's a 2/2 with flying and haste. We can activate his first ability, and he gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. And then later on we can pay his escape cost and exile 3 other cards from your graveyard, and Phoenix of the Ash escapes with a 1/1 counter on it. One copy of Crystalline Giant. He's a 3/3, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, you choose a counter that he doesn't have already between Flying, First Strike, Death Touch, Hexproof, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, Vigilance, and a 1/1 counter, and then put that kind of counter on him. I have one Faithful End. At instant speed, deals 3 damage to any target, and we scry 1. One Risk Factor. At instant speed, target opponent may have Risk Factor, deal 4 damage to them. If that player doesn't, you draw 3 cards, and then we can jumpstart it later. One Skewer the Critics sorcery. We can pay its spectacle cost for if an opponent was dealt damage this turn, and then Skewer the Critics deals 3 damage to any target. One Slaying Fire. Instant Slaying Fire deals 3 damage to any target, and then if we pay 3 red mana to spend this cost, it deals 4 damage instead. One Chandra, Acolyte of the Flame. She comes in at 4 loyalty. Her first ability says put a loyalty counter on each red planeswalker you control. Her second ability says create 2/1 red elemental creature tokens. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. And then her -2 says you may cast target instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. If that spell would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. One Mizium Tank. It's an artifact vehicle. 3/2, Trample. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Mizium Tank becomes an artifact creature and gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Or we can also crew it with 1. One copy of Heraldic Banner for 3 colorless artifact. And Heraldic Banner enters the battlefield. Choose a color. Creatures you control of the chosen color get +1/+0, and then we can add 1 mana of the chosen color. Onto our 4 drops. I have one Everquill Phoenix. He's a 4/4 with flying. We can mutate him, and then whenever this creature mutates, create a red artifact token named Feather with pay 1, sacrifice Feather, return Phoenix card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. One Tectonic Giant. He's a 3/4. Whenever Tectonic Giant attacks or becomes the target of a spell an opponent controls, choose 1. Tectonic Giant deals 3 damage to each opponent. Or we can exile the top 2 cards of your library, choose one of them. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. One Torbran, Thane of Redfell. He's a 2/4. If a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +2 instead. One copy of Chandra, Fire Artisan. She comes in at 4 loyalty, and her static ability says whenever 1 or more loyalty counters are removed from Chandra, Fire Artisan, she deals that much damage to target opponent or planeswalker. And then her +1 ability says exile the top card of your library, you may play it this turn. And her -7 ability says exile the top 7 cards of your library, you may play them this turn. One Leyline of Combustion is an enchantment. If Leyline of Combustion is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. And it says whenever you and or at least 1 permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, Leyline of Combustion deals 2 damage to that player. Onto the 5 drops. I have one Skarrgan Hellkite for 3 colorless, Skarrgan Hellkite. He's a 4/4 with Riot and flying. We can pay his activated ability. Skarrgan Hellkite deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets. Activate this ability only if Skarrgan Hellkite has a 1/1 counter on it. One Cavalier of the Flames. He's a 6/5. And then his activated ability says creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until the end of turn. And when Cavalier of Flame enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards. And when Cavalier of the Flame dies, it deals X damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control, where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. One Skarrgan of the Masterless. He comes in at 5 loyalty ability, and his static ability says whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. And then his +1 ability says until the end of turn, each planeswalker you control becomes a 4/4 red dragon creature and gains flying. And then his -3 says create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. And then onto the top end, I have one copy of Yidaro, Wandering Monster. He's an 8/8 trample haste. We can cycle by paying his cycling cost, and when you cycle Yidaro 4 or more times, you actually put him onto the battlefield instead of the graveyard. And then one copy of Drakuseth, Maw of Flames. He's a 7/7 flying. When Drakuseth, Maw of Flames attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to each of up to 2 other targets. And then the land, very simple, 24 mountains. We have the Chandra Immolation sleeve, of course. And I have a 3.1 converted mana cost with 18 creatures, running 10 instants and sorceries between them, 3 planeswalkers, and 24 lands. So let's hop into the game, see how we do. In the meantime, if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and it helps the channel out so much. Also drop me a comment, talk about misplays, deck ideas, strategies. I read the comments daily. Also feel free to share with a friend or a family member if they also enjoy Magic. Tell them about the channel. That'd be super awesome. Yeah, and thanks for watching. Alright, so we're going to pick Immolate Your Life. Brenegal, Narset of the Ancient Ways, must be a Jeskai control deck. Alright. So got a 3-lander here. I've got a Shock, Fire Urchin, Scorching Dragonfire, and a Drakuseth. Not too thrilled about the Drakuseth, but we do have 3-lander here, and we have a decent curve out, so we'll keep this. Only running 24 lands, so we do want to hit our land drops. Okay. Hold up the Shock. Opponent's ramping. Could see a Whirlwind of Thought next turn, or he could drop his Narset. What does she do? Gain 2 life. Just draw a card. You may discard a card. Need discard an online card this winner. Okay. So I think I do Shock to the face. Sewer the critics. And we go in. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Nice. I think we go Phoenix of the Ash here. Okay. Takes it. Next turn we'll play probably Torbran. So, don't know if I want to play Torbran just yet. So let's play our Fire Urchin. We take out his creature for now. 4, 5.
Ooh, let's see what we got.
Definitely want to take out this Brawl as soon as possible. Nice. Deck here, man, I'll tell you. I was like, how is he casting these with no white mana? Oh wow, so he's I just realized that he's playing 3 colors, but he got lucky and drew a Ragarin. Dove Acuity, nice. Man, this guy is getting lucky, boy. Oh, there's the white source.
Just want to peek. The weight is killing me.
So what's the move here? I think honestly I have to kill the Sphinx here. And then Cheese French toast. Still have our Chandra, so I'm skeptical. If we can get this Drakuseth, this stick, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be real nice. Well, here go, man. Wow. So yeah, let's go in first. Let's see what he does before I cast our Immolation Shaman. Okay. Probably see myself doing Immolation Shaman and then Omen of the Forge. Nice.
Understanding above all else. Strike with a cunning mind.
Just put him on the clock for right now. one of those cards where you're like, it's like such an odd card, right? But in this instance, it worked out. Drakuseth here. There's his one counter spell. Okay. Not gonna sit here and drag this one out. Can't be lucky. Pack Icolia. Unpredictable Cyclone, nice, nice. Mastery Tree. Get one. Let's do the Everquill so we can adjust that in our deck here. Okay. Hop into another one. Bruce, could you get me a freshly, please? Nice, nice. Wow, another Narset. Alright, so this time we have a 2-lander. Do I mulligan? I just need the fresh.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I need more than two. Let's get 2 more land. All right. We do have a runaway though. I'll keep this, I guess. This is a risky keep. Maybe I need to run more land in this deck. Out our runaway Steamkin here. Space Turtle, I love it. What? His name's Space Turtle. One piece. And here we go, getting stuck on lands. I guess we just cycle here. Need a land. Perfect. Alright. Well, I'm happy with that. Let's get the Phoenix here so we can just kind of push some damage with it. Oh shit, he's got Field of the Dead too. That's not good. Light, okay. Steamkin. Must mean he has removal for my Steamkin, or maybe he's not worried because he has an Outlaw's Minion. Okay, what's the move here? I really want to get this Krenko out before we start getting overwhelmed. Once again, what a perfect draw for our friend here. I'm good, man. I'll let you get this. He must have some type of removal for Krenko.
Okay. Victory is just another puzzle to be solved. Breathe in. Exhale.
Damn, I got excited. Alright. So I'm gonna do Chandra. Hey man, what's going on?
Anyone need a match? No. Too bad.
Thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate that. So here what I'm gonna do, I will create 2 tokens. I will Scorching Dragonfire the Narset. Now I know it won't exile her, but to get her off the board, this is good with me. Alright. So now he also has to worry about our Chandra here. Oh, but Outlaw's Merriment. Forgot about that. I got all excited. Well, we do have a little mini board wipe here in Chandra. So, I guess this guy had the nut draw here. I'm just gonna drop Torbran. So, just get a little bit of damage there, just try and push some damage.
What the heck?
Really?
This should be fun.
Guess it doesn't matter, we'll just take out the bigger one here.
Consider this bridge burned.
So here I'm going to play Skarrgan, and I'm going to give him, or not. So I'm not going to attack here. If we draw a land, I think that's our only hope. Unless he's holding up a counterspell or something.
Some lessons for you all. Whether friend or foe, state your intent. To open the mind, you must first open the heart.
Yeah, there's not really much there we could do. We really need that last land. Let's see. Do I need to put more land in this deck? Maybe I do. Let's check it out here. Yeah. Maybe one more. Let's see what we can cut here. Creatures, do we have 18 creatures? Three is pretty thick here. Risk factor helps us draw cards. Legion Warboss. Cut any of my top end. Let's see what we got here. Whenever opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land that isn't a mana ability, guess Goblin Banneret, right? Yeah, let's try that. Do one Goblin Banneret, and we'll add one more mountain. Let's try that out. Curio. Corvold. Alright, so we got a 3-lander here. Don't really have any early plays, but I don't think I can. Let's try it. Let's try it out, right? Why not? Some Jund sacrifice deck. Alright. Do pick up another land, that's nice. Maybe we can scare him into not playing something. Probably not. Passes again, that's cool. Let's start off with the Fire Etchant here. Start slow. See if we can get any removal out of his hand. Beanstalk Giant, okay. I think I'm gonna drop the Krenko. Chandra Fire Artisan is very nice. Ugh, we're dead. Do I play Chandra next? Yeah, can take the Fire Urchin. Huh. Yes. So I did not draw a land this turn.
You and I are gonna take him out.
X
There's no
this.
problem. Fire can
Perfect. Opponent has a problem if he can't deal with his Krenko. Cool. So let's plus first, see if we get a land. Perfect. I think we do 1/1 counter for our zombie friends. We're going with him. Okay. And then we have plenty of removal for any zombies. Wailing Prowler. Okay. Dead. Cool. Beautiful. Actually, let's plus first.
Let's light it up.
Okay. So. So let's do. What do I want to do here? Let's do this. And let's do this. Is getting a lot of value off that molder. But unless he's got a board wipe. Yeah, he's done. I think we did it. Cool. That's a cool idea, right? Field of the Dead with Corvold. Nice. It's not going to be enough, though. Got him. Damn, Krenko put in the work. Alright, that was awesome. Excellent. And Hana Ship's Navigator. 1/2. Pay or activated cost. Tap. Return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Too bad we can't earn more than one copy of that. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and like always, if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Also drop me a comment, talk about misplays, strategy, deck ideas. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.